Yo, what's good? It's your boy Derek Branch. The same discussions on Strike Seven Sports. In today's video, I just want to talk about some recent news concerning the New Orleans Saints as the first week we're nearing a close on the first week of 2024 free agency period. It's Friday morning, early Friday morning, and the Saints have made moves. They've kind of went to the right. I would say the left in regards to like these free agency moves. They usually stay to the right. They'll stay, to the right. They usually, wait till the I would say the third, week of free agency to actually like start, making moves, start, adding additions, bringing in additions to their roster and all that. But they started early this week, and they started the first week of free agency, and a lot of fans are not big on the moves that the Saints have made, and pretty much anything with Dennis Allen in charge, with anything with Dennis Allen's imprint on the team, nobody really wants to hear it or have anything to do with it. But it is what it is. Um, this latest move, it really got a lot of people up in arms when it really shouldn't. But I'm gonna explain why that could be a blessing in disguise. But I'll talk about it later on in the video. But the Saints have a backup quarterback, a new backup quarterback on their roster, and that's by the name of Nathan Peterman, who has had a few stops along his NFL career. Played in Buffalo, played with, I believe he's with the Chargers, he was with the Raiders, quite a few other teams. He was with the Chicago Bears this past season. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just read a little bit of what was said by Captain Terrell in this New Orleans Saints 2024 free agency period tracker. So she got in the first block, she asked what it means. The Saints needed another veteran quarterback on the roster with the departure of James Winston, who signed with the Cleveland Browns. Peterman worked with new Saints quarterback coach Andrew Jonico, and he'll be another voice in the room that includes starting quarterback Derek Carr and second-year quarterback Jake Hayner, who was a fourth-round pick in 2023. We're going on to what's the risk? None. The Saints like to have at least three quarterbacks going into training camp, and bringing in a veteran backup for Carr makes sense for now. Peterman has been in the league since 2017 and has more experience than Hayner, so there's no risk in bringing in another player on a non-guaranteed deal. All right, so yeah, y'all know about the Willie Gay sign. I've kind of posted that on my video the other day. But here's the thing, man. A lot of people I've seen on my timelines, and people I've interacted with on Twitter, in the Facebook groups, they're not really big on the move. They're a little upset about it, and some people kind of question the Saints' motives on why they decide to add a guy like a Nathan Peterman to their team. You know, they have other guys out there that's available. Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback he's familiar with Clint Kubiak is going to imprint with the 49 with the Saints offense. You had a Gardner Minshew out there. You had Sam Howell just got traded from the Commanders to the Seattle Seahawks. You had Jacoby Brissett. He was available, but he signed with New England. You got some options out there. Ryan Tannehill, he's still available. He's out there. Some people even floated adding Justin Fields to the quarterback room, but you know how that's going to Chicago right now. But here's the thing, man. Um, this move is made because the Saints are, I would say, high on Jake Hayner. They want the expectation going into training camp is that Jake Hayner beats this guy out, and Jake Hayner is the QB too. That's the expectations of this, and so the excuse for bringing this guy in, I won't call it an excuse, but for people, a lot of, Saints reporters out there to justify this move is because the Saints made this move is because Peterman worked with Saints quarterback coach Andrew Jonico in the past, like in Chicago. So there's that angle of, hey, who you know to get you another job, to get you another opportunity. So there's that. So a little background on the background story on Nathan Peterman. Coming out of college, we went to Pitt, I believe. Got taken in 2017 NFL draft. And there was a little bit of buzz about him coming out of college. People felt as though he could have been a sleeper pick, player that could come in, if you given him the right opportunity, playing the right system, right coach, good coaching, he probably could turn it into a viable starter. Well, he did get his opportunity in 2017, I believe. I think it was. And there's a joke about it, running joke going on about Nate Peterman because he's the guy that threw 5 interceptions with the Buffalo Bills in a blowout defeat. So there's that. And he hasn't really accomplished anything. And when he gets on the field, it's just not a pretty sight. And so their reputation is attached to him, and that's just what it is. And if Jake Hayner cannot beat this guy, we got serious problems. We do. We really do. But on the bright side, if God forbid, though, I'm saying God forbid, Derek Carr has to miss time with an injury or even miss the remainder of the season, God forbid, with an injury, a season-ending injury, Nate Peterman starts. Same season is pretty much over. And the blessing in disguise for this is that Saints could probably get a top 5 pick, reset everything, draft a quarterback. That's the only trade-off to this. Now, for those that want the Saints to get into the playoffs next year and compete for the NFC South title, to take down Tampa Bay's run and also affect the plans of the Atlanta Falcons now that they have Kirk Cousins. You want the Saints to get into the playoffs. You don't want this to happen, and I get it. But this is the victory. This is a victory you can take from this. If the season goes south with Nathan Peterman as a starter, it depends. But their intentions is that they want Hayner to beat this guy out. They want Hayner to beat this guy out so he can be the QB too. Now that's other people out there that have said that they took Peterman, they signed Peterman of all people because they didn't want a quarterback that can come in and beat out Carr, or if Carr had to go down with an injury, they come in, quarterback comes in, starts, and put up good numbers, win games, and maybe a quarterback controversy comes about from it. Maybe that I won't put nothing past that, because Jimmy, the obvious choice for me would have been to go after Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the obvious choice. He knows the system. He worked with Kyle Shanahan. You know what I'm saying? He's familiar with what the Saints are about to do. But you got your Gardner Minshew's out there. You got your Jacoby Brissett's. Ryan Tannehill's out there. Sam Darnold got snatched up real quick. Sam Darnold could have came from San Francisco to the Saints. He worked with Clint Kubiak. You had your options out there. But this is what they want to do. This is I don't think that's the issue. I don't think they were worried about Carr getting outplayed. I think it's just that they believe in Jake Hayner. That's what they believe. We'll see how it play out. I wasn't really impressed by what I saw last season during training camp, during the preseason games. I wasn't impressed. And then he got suspended for PEDs for 6 games. So he wasn't even a factor last season. But we'll see how it's gonna play out, man. We're gonna see how all this stuff gonna shake out real soon. Cause it's gonna start right back up real fast. You got the draft, you're in free agency right now. Then after free agency, cools down, you go into the draft. After the draft, you start, the OTAs again, and then bango, bam, it's right there, training camp. Then the cycle, then he turns back up again. So we're gonna see who is who real soon. It's gonna come real fast. We're in the middle of March right now. So we're gonna see how all this stuff gonna shake out. But I don't think the signing of Peterman was because they didn't feel as though Derek Carr could be threatened by these other quarterbacks. I mean, Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew maybe could have been a threat because I think what I've seen, what Minshew showed me this past season is that if he has a good head coach, a good play caller, an offensive minded head coach, he could be a really good quarterback. He could be an effective quarterback. He could get the job done for you. I don't know if he's a long-term option. I don't think he's a long-term option, but he can get the job done for you for a certain period. You know, but we'll see how it's gonna play out. So Saints sign Nathan Peterman. A lot of people are not happy about it. They shouldn't. I mean, they shouldn't stress out about this situation. He's only here for a vet minimum. Who knows? Hayner might do so well that they release him. You know, they might even go for a quarterback in the draft. Not in the first round, though. Not in the first, second round. Probably in the later rounds. So we'll see. All right. In other news, last night, around, I won't say around nighttime, 7, 8 o'clock, or whatever you may be, East Coast, West Coast, Central Time Zone, it was reported that the Saints signed Cedric Wilson, who spent the last 2 seasons with the Miami Dolphins. Now, prior to that, Wilson was with a member of the Dallas Cowboys, who, at the time, he was a really good player, a solid contributor to that offense. It was only when he went to the Miami Dolphins that the targets went down. His lack of targets, his targets went down. 6'2", I believe, over 1,269 receiving yards, career receiving yards. He could do multitude of things, man. His best year was in Dallas, right here, 2021. This is the year I remember him because this was a player that I felt as though the Saints could have went after that year. Cedric Wilson, 45 catches, 602 yards receiving, and 6 touchdowns. Went to the Dolphins, and you pretty much, you're not gonna get see a lot of targets go your way, come to your way when you're in the offense that has Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill in it. You're just not gonna see that. And he only caught 22 passes for 296 yards and 3 touchdowns last season. His first year in Miami, he caught 12 passes for 136 yards, no touchdowns, nothing. And I think he can play. He could be he could become. He could play on a kick return game as well. So there's that. But Saints signed Cedric Wilson, wide receiver, I believe, to a 2-year deal. And could he take the role of a Michael Thomas? I don't know. But the guy I know that when he is in, he's like a third, if he's a third option on the team, he can be really effective. I know he can play in the slot. So does this mean that they're not signing Hunter Renfro? Probably. I don't know. But we'll see how it play out, man. But Saints' latest signings were Nathan Peterman and Cedric Wilson. And by the time I wake up in the morning, God willing, the Prince Saints probably sign somebody else, but we'll see how it play out real soon. So there's that. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. What are your thoughts on the Saints' recent 2 signings of Nathan Peterman and Cedric Wilson? Also check out strike7sports.com/Saints for today's content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out. Who that?